Hey, it's me, Anna Faustino from AdventureInYou.com, and today we are in day 3 of our blogging bootcamp. Now, this bootcamp is designed to help you learn how to start a blog and make money from it in 4 days. Now, in the previous days, in day 1, my partner Tom and I talked about why you should start a blog and how to find a topic on what you should start blogging about. On the second day, Tom walked you through about blog hosting, why you need it, and how to find the best one. Now, if you haven't seen those videos, make sure you watch them. Today, I am going to walk you through how to come up with a name and set up your blog. Now, a lot of people put so much thought into a name. And when we first started, we were the same. We would spend hours thinking about what should we call our blog. And you know what? It even came to a point that sometimes it stopped us from actually taking action and doing it. Now, I want you guys to remember that good content is always so much better than just having a good blog name. Now, these two brands, you guys know them, you guys recognize them, Google, Uber. They mean absolutely nothing. They're just names. However, they've built a brand for themselves based on the content that they produce. Now, your blog is going to be exactly the same thing. So you can call it whatever you want. It can be the best name out there, but if the content isn't amazing, it's not going to work. So I want you to focus your efforts on still choose a name that you enjoy and a name that you like, but don't worry too much about it. Now, I'm going to walk you through the do's and don'ts of choosing a blog name. So first of all, you need to be descriptive. Next, be specific. Try to insert keywords. So in day 1, we talked about different niches and how you're going to choose a topic of what you're blogging about. If you're a food blog, make sure you have in keywords that relate to that. So let's say you want to create a baking blog. Have the word baking in there. This helps you rank later on in Google and will help drive you traffic. The third tip is I want you to avoid putting yourself in a box. Now, what do I mean by this? If I started a blog now and it would be like broke traveler likes partying.com, that could be a perfect representation of me right now. But in 10 years time, that's far from what I'd want to be. So it's the same thing for you. Don't put there single traveler forever, because that might not be the case. So just avoid putting yourself in a box and just think about choosing a name that will grow with you and will grow with your brand. Now, this one's a bit of a catch-22, but usually I avoid names with punctuation marks, numbers, or misspellings. Like even for us, our blog name is adventureinyou.com. Sometimes we have to clarify that it's actually Y-O-U and not just the letter U. So, when I tell my blog, when I speak to someone and say, oh yeah, I run a travel blog and it's called adventureinyou.com, I still have to clarify that. So although it's not an ideal name, like I said in the first part, it's the content that makes it. So these are just guidelines that I want you to remember when you're actually choosing a name. Next is try to get a .com website. If you're location specific, for example, you know that you just want to blog towards a UK audience, you can have a .com, .uk, or if you're in Australia. Now, the reason why I say this is because generally speaking, .com websites have just a lot of credibility. So you want to try to stick to them as much as possible. So again, remember, these are just, suggestions and guidelines on how to come up with a name, but you can name your blog anything you want. And I recommend that you don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. In fact, because I don't want you to spend a lot of time thinking about it, we're going to try to come up with a name together. And I'm going to show you how we come up with names right now. So whenever you're choosing a blog name and, something stands out, I want you to do the mom test. Now, this is something that it's really funny because essentially I want you to say your name and imagine that you're saying your blog name to your mom. And if your mom goes, sorry, what's that? Let's say your blog will be www.singleLads4Lives. And it's with a number 4 and life is with a Z. And, it's just really complicated. Now, if imagine your mom on the phone saying, sorry, could you spell that? That means that you don't have a good name. A good blog name should be short, clear, and easy to remember as much as possible. Now, As mentioned, loads of people get stuck with the naming process that they end up not taking action at all. So some people, we know some people who end up spending 2-3 weeks just trying to think of the perfect name. And although sometimes having the perfect name, you want to feel good about your blog name, the most important thing is just getting started. Now, I'm going to walk you through my process of how I come up with blog names and just show you how easy it is. So first of all, I want you to go back to your niche. So here I have an example. My niche will be about travel and food. So it's a travel food blog. This means that my keywords are food, eat, recipes, eating, travel, world. So you can think of all the different keywords that would naturally come up when you have a travel food blog. So again, I want you to do this exercise and come up with a name with me. So if you're doing this right now, I want you to pause the video, take the time, grab a piece of paper and write down niche, write down whatever niche you came up with in day one. And then below that, just write keywords that would naturally come up when you're talking about your blog. Next, I want you to use the thesaurus and add different descriptions and come up with different words. So I took here a screenshot of a thesaurus. So for example, I have the word eat. So I'm looking for alternative words for eat. So there's, what are good ones? Munch, there's wolf, there's feed, devour. So these are all alternative names that I can use to help me come up with a blog name. Now, so here I've listed different words just to make a point. So aside from my main keywords, I used the thesaurus and I tried to find alternative words. So aside from those, I have food, eat, bites, feast, world, travel, dine, dining, hungry, famished. I have here Tom because that's my partner's name. You can also have your name within the blogs. Voyage, wandering. So all of these are just words that I can use to mix and match. Next, exactly what we're going to do. It's now time to mix and match. Once you have your niche written down, your keywords, and just a giant word bank of different words that you can use. Okay, now I know we've talked a lot. Now, if you're in bloggingbootcamp.co, download the workbook because there's space there for you to write down your niche and different keywords to help you come up with a name. If you're stumbling upon this video and you're not, go to www.bloggingbootcamp.co. It's free to register and you can instantly download the workbook to help you come up with a name for your blog. Now, just to recap again, this is my process on how I come up with a name. Number one, I write down a bunch of keywords that relate to my niche and I get creative with them. I go to thesaurus.com, or if you have an actual thesaurus, you can use that as well to help you come up with related words. Number two, think of a few descriptive words that you can throw in the mix. You can be an adjective. It can be your name. So different things, you can throw it in there, the word bank. Next, step three is to mix and match. Now, I want you to remember that there are millions of blogs, different blogs out there. So the initial name that you might want might be taken. Now, if this happens, it's just part of the process. Try a different combination until something sounds right. And then number four, you have to check if your domain is actually available. Now, if you're in bloggingbootcamp.co, you will see a widget that looks just like this. Let me just move my face up. It's right there. It's that blue thing on the screen that you can see. If you're not, head on over there and you'll get access to this widget. Now in this widget, I want you to write down the different words or keyword combinations to help you find a name. Now, as I mentioned, some of the names might be taken. And if that's the case, something like this will pop up. So for example, I'm still trying to find a name for my food travel blog. I typed will travel for food and it's already taken. But I can try a different one. Let's say bites around the world, Tom eats the world, food adventures. There's so many different combinations that I can do. So if you see something like this, it says it's not available for registration. Don't worry, just start again and find the next one. Now, if you actually put in something in the widget and the domain is still available, you will move on to the next step, which is this. So that means that your domain is available, and that's great because that's step number, you've already found a name, and that's awesome. Now, We're going to move to the setup time. If you haven't found a name yet, don't worry, because Bluehost is actually really awesome because it allows you to set up your blog without necessarily choosing a name just yet. So if you're feeling stuck on that, don't worry, move on and start setting up your blog. As I mentioned earlier, the biggest hindrance sometimes is people just getting stuck on the name. So don't let that get you stuck. Now, Tom here will take over and he's going to walk you how to set up your blog. Now, don't worry, this should only take less than 10 minutes. And I know for people who aren't as tech savvy, I'm not tech savvy at all. Tom will break it down. He'll show you step by step what to do, and you can follow along his video. All right, so now in 10 minutes, you will be able to, number one, purchase your hosting, two, choose a theme, and third, lastly, it's to launch your blog. Now, this is super exciting. Now, apart from that, you will also be able to claim a bunch of free gifts. Now, this is coming from us, and it's gifts to help you get started on your blogging journey. Now, this is just a little incentive that we created to motivate you to sign up through Bluehost. Now, if you do sign up through Bluehost, all you have to do is go on to bloggingbootcamp.co/free gifts, and you will be able to claim and avail of them. Now, Tom is going to walk you through step by step the process of how to set up your hosting. Again, don't be worried. He's going to show you exactly what to do through the video. So I'm going to pass you over to Tom right now.
Hi guys, it's Tom here. Today I'm going to walk you through starting a blog with Bluehost, and it is super easy. It's probably only going to take around 5 minutes. So right now you're probably on our website. You're either going to be on this, on an article, or maybe in our blogging section. Wherever you are, just go ahead and click on a Bluehost link. For the sake of this video, I'll just click this button here. And then Bluehost will open and you'll see our page. So right now there's a photo of us jumping around. This photo might change depending on when you're looking at it. But you should see, no matter what, a discounted price that we negotiated with Bluehost for you guys. So make sure that price is there, and then when it is, just click Get Started Now. So then you're going to see 3 different payment plans or different plans you can go on. The main difference between the basic and the Prime and Plus version is this thing here. It's called domain privacy. This just basically means that if you select this option, then no one can see who owns that domain, and it might stop a few people emailing you, trying to buy the name or etc. So if you want extra privacy, then go ahead and purchase one of these. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to go with the basic one here. So decide which one you want, and then click on it. Most people, say they're going to do this later or get around to it. It's really not that complicated. If you want that extra privacy, click one of these. If you want the basic one, just click here. So I'm going to go with basic. Click that, and then on the next step, you're gonna put your name in. So depending on if you already have your domain or you don't, if you don't have your domain, you're going to start here, and you're just going to put the name that you want, your blog name, and then .com, or you can pick any of the others, but I would recommend going with .com. And you're just going to put that there, and when you get your hosting with Bluehost, your name also comes free, which is an awesome bonus. If you already have a domain, like I do for this in this case, then you're going to put that here. So depending on if it's new or you already have one, just put that either side. So for example, I already have this name, and I'm setting up a new website today and walking you through, and this website is called Nomad Hustle. So I'm going to put the name in here. Again, if you're getting yours for the first time and you've checked this available, you're going to put yours in on this side here. So mine's Nomad Hustle. Once you've decided this and you've got your name, just go ahead and click Next. And then on the next page, we're going to quickly create our account. So again, it's super easy to get started. You can either create your account with Google, sign in through your Gmail, or you can just go ahead and fill out your information here. So it's already put my name in. I'm going to put Venture New, country. I'm just going to go ahead and fill out my details. You can do the same. Phone number. Let's give you a couple more seconds to go ahead and finish that. Okay, so once you've put in that information, you're just going to want to scroll down. That's essentially your information for your account. And now you're going to want to just confirm the package that we've picked. So on the first one, you've already picked if you're going basic or prime. Now, Bluehost automatically ticks a few options. I would go ahead and untick those, save yourself some money. And to be honest, you don't really need these, especially when you're first getting started. They're just something that automatically gets clicked. So go and untick those and save some money. And then, as you can see, it automatically selects the basic free year package, which is where the discount comes in. And this is like the best price you can get. You can see if you put it down to 24 months, then it's 113. But if you get 3 years, it's 127. So it's like an extra $10 for 3 years of hosting. And again, through our link that we negotiated, our deal with Bluehost, you're going to save $180 on your hosting. So just quickly untick those options, confirm you've got the basic 36 months selected, and then scroll down to payment information. So here you're just going to put in your cards and your expiration date and etc. and put that in. You can also pay by PayPal if you want to. Just click the more payment options here and click pay with PayPal. So for the sake of this, for this tutorial here, I'm going to actually go ahead and pay with PayPal. So I'm going to select that. So if you're paying by credit card, again, just put your details in there. Make sure you've filled out everything correctly up here. And then once you're done, click submit. If there's any mistakes, it'll say like, you need to change this, but hopefully that should go through. So again, I'm just going to click pay with PayPal. So I'm just going to pause this video. I'm going to pay through my PayPal, and then I'll see you on the next screen. Hey guys, it's Tom again. So if you're here, congratulations. You just purchased your hosting. You're now just only one step away from seeing your new blog online, which is quite exciting. So now after you've purchased, you should be redirected to this page, and it'll say welcome to Bluehost, congratulations. So at this point, all you need to do is create a password for your account, which you'll use to log in. So go ahead and create your password. Let's see this page. I'm just going to go and generate and fill a random one there, but you can, choose your own. Oh, why is that not in? One character. They need to be quite complicated, as you'll see. But once you go ahead and pick your password, click this button and then click next. So log in. And then this is your Bluehost world. So one of the amazing things about Bluehost is it just makes it so much easier when you're starting a new blog, because they do all the WordPress setup on their side. It's a lot easier. I cannot express that. And straight away, like now you're able to pick a theme inside Bluehost before you even set anything up. You can just browse and pick a theme, certain style that you think, okay, this looks good. So I wouldn't worry too much about which one you pick here. You're probably going to end up changing it before you actually go put your site live. But for just to get started now, I would just have a quick look. And the first one that kind of grabs your eye, just click use that theme and just go ahead and select that one. So for me, I think I quite like this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that. And then as soon as you pick a theme, it's going to say nice, setting up the WordPress for you. So this, again, is the feature that I love most about going with Bluehost. Back in the old days, you used to have to download WordPress yourself, upload it. It was a bit confusing. But now it's literally just one click. So you're going to go ahead and click that, and then you should see this screen, which basically means the Bluehost is setting up WordPress for you. And give it some time, because obviously it's, it is uploading this whole system for you. So it might take a couple of minutes, so just bear with it. And finally, it's done. So if yours isn't done yet, don't worry. Just, again, give it some time. When it's done, you're going to see the screen. You can ignore this, because basically that means that I have the name somewhere else, and it's just telling me that it's just put in WordPress until I can correctly put that domain over. So you should see this, though. And then as soon as you do, just click Start Building. And then a new tab will open. Again, give it some time. And what we should be seeing here is Sorry guys, my Wi-Fi is a little slow at the moment. And welcome to WordPress. So this is essentially the back of your website. You are going to be coming here a lot. This is where you're going to write posts, create pages, all of this sort of thing. So first thing is just quickly select what kind of site this is. Personal blog, business blog. Most of you, I'm guessing, are going to want to make money from your blog, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. So I would just go ahead and click business. Let's launch a new website. I would click not now for this one. And then you're just going to want to put your, what's the name of your blog. You're going to want to put that here. So again, your blog name. For the sake of this one, mine's Nomad Hustle. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in. And then just a quick thing about your site. So mine is inspiring interviews with this. You can put, site description, a mum's blog or a cooking blog or a travel blog. This can be really basic now. Don't worry about that. Once you've done that, click next. And use a blog post, click yes. Just go ahead and click skip for now. That doesn't really matter. Again, you can click skip. We'll do all this later on. Again, click not now. Not now. A lot of not now is because they're trying to get you to do all these little things which you just don't need right now. Great work. Okay, so if you just close this, you're going to see this at the top right. Top left. You can just click visit site. And that will open the front of your website. So anybody who goes to yourblog.com is now going to see this. You can even test it out. Go to yourblog.com and you'll see your site. And hello world, welcome to the online world. Congrats on getting your blog up. I hope that wasn't too hard. And enjoy your blogging journey. Bye.